Hey, Dimitri. So, taking a look at the Starflare Arena this evening, and I got some stuff in. So, one is for the floor. I fixed it. It was pretty cool. I wrote a script that looked for duplicate files, and yeah, we had a copy of this in the particle folder. So now it's updated correctly. I'll check that in for you as well. Yeah, so I'm taking a look. I got a sense for your notes. If I'm taking a look here on that, I'll just show you here in game in a second. Oh, I'm tired. Oh goodness. And what is this? Yeah. Okay, yeah, cool. So let me flip on over and I'll show you what I got. So I've got two layouts right now. One is just sort of working on the intro. By the way, I took the camera instead of making the camera move through the environment, which is a bit funky with the skybox parallax stuff. I just left it on its spline, and we're going to go take the approach of now adjusting the environmental bits to make it feel like it's moving. So let me show you what I've got. And then the other section is, I'll show you in a second what that's like. But yeah, so we also, I think we get to a place, I can reduce the parallax a little bit more in this thing. But I really want to have the sense of the enormity of the structure. It's a giant stadium, right? So I want to give this sense that you're flying up here, and then you kind of come down, and then you swoop in to the into the arena itself, right? I got the layering put together like we talked about. Looks like my floor is broken here a little bit too, which is totally fine. We're working on it. Yeah, so and we need to adjust the floor, of course, like the podium, not a big deal there. And then I think, don't worry about this shot here. This shot is just not what we want quite yet, but the idea is there. We're getting there, right? This is just me with the prototyping. And because it's not final art, I'm not going to go and tune it completely. So that is the one side of that. And then the other side is, come into here. All right, cool. And so imagine that shot, right? And then we have whatever that was. What did I just do? Oh, a little helpful tip here. So look for your markers, and those will be extra helpful for aligning the camera. Let's see here. Let's try that. Hello, let's mark. Let's mark. All right, cool. Close enough. And then just take your camera on the track here, and then just move it to where it's always in front of the marker, because when this marker wakes up, it will then stop the camera. And I generally put those in front of all of our boss stuff. Okay, so here we go. So this is that. Let me. I'll show you in a second. I'll do it again here in a second. Yeah. Okay. So then when you fly into the arena, right, we've darkened down the lights, the pyrotechnics are going off. I want to have this sense of like NEONIX being in the distance, right, out here. And then because I want that kind of sense of enormity, and the way we get like that extra width out of the stadium, of course, is being able to show more. All right. And the only way I think we can do that is by pushing it off into the distance. And I think here, we probably don't want to see the tops of the stadium, like up here. Like I think the stadium needs to be bigger than that, but you can see kind of what we're getting to. This also gives us a lot more space out here, which is cool. And I really want the sense that what I'll do, right, is when you come in through here and you're down here at the bottom, and the lights come up, right, and the pyrotechnics are coming off, and like the crazy like flames, and NEONIX is rising from under the floor. Then what's going to happen is that we're going to do that camera push in. I'll control the player as the player comes down here. We'll then reveal the player as we do the light up, which will be kind of fun. This will be like a captured moment, and then we can do something like this. This isn't exactly perfect, but you get a sense for our mat. We'll work on the floor and stuff like that. Again, I don't want to do a really I don't want to do a refined setup yet, because this is all just sketching, right? So I already spent an hour tonight working on this stuff, so And it's just prototyping concept work. So, and that's it. Those are the two things. In terms of the stadium, so I will get these checked in for you, and you can take a look at it. The other thing that's probably worthwhile, just so you've seen it, right? Is here. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, sorry. All right. I've been cranking really hard the last couple weeks. So I took the stadium and the floor and I pushed them to minus 150 away from the camera. We can only do up to 200. I think it's clamped. Let me see here. Yeah, it just clamps back. So 150. All right. And then what I'm doing is I have a little dummy mover here that then makes the enemies come closer, or their fake enemies come closer to the camera for that sense of the zoom in. But I think we can have a hugely magic moment here. So yeah, those are the two main things. Oh, I think what I'll do is I'll also get the floor in for the hollow floor for the upper area. I'll just get the acid in the engine here and then stub it out. Overall, though, coming back to this, that's the other thing here too, right? For the parallaxing, we can adjust it, but you want to make sure that the timing for this thing moving is based on when it wakes up. So make sure that your camera isn't on top of it, but it doesn't matter right now. What matters is this. Yeah. So I like the sense of enormity. Like now we're really starting to talk, right? Like this is something really, really cool. And if it turns out what we need to do, because this feels weird if it's moving up and the rest of the background isn't, right? So if we need to put in another, basically if we need to fill the arena, like in the back area here, right? As a way to make it all feel like you're moving, and the parallaxing of the walls. Also, they could maybe have a tiny. They might have we can also do a slight vertical parallax because we already have it there. You can see it. But yeah, so if we have to do that, I think that's totally fine too. I have no problems with that. All right. Okay. Cool. I will get the stuff up for you. And yeah, good job, man. We're making good progress. And if you're watching this and you've gotten to this point in the video, feel free to give us your feedback, your commentary. We listen to all of it. And believe it or not, some of it shapes our thinking and shapes the way that we go about constructing and developing our levels. And it's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you.